The ancient city is calling. Oh, arise, sons and daughters of the land. The king of the sea.
Hello, the people of goodwill. Welcome to Pride TV as usual. It's a weekend full of bubbling and hustle. Una, welcome, my people, welcome. You know, we have a special guest in the house today. When you come in, what you can do for me is to just say hi and I'll shout back. Please share the program. We want to have, a bunch before we call in our doctor, Pedro Obaseki. He's here already in the studio, so gather your people and run here. Gather them and run here. Thank you for coming. I want to hear from you too. Thank you. I see that I have some people. Sonny Demi, welcome. Baba Ajibola, welcome. I throw a salute. Henry. Oh yeah, Henry. Oh yeah, bring them. Our class prefect, don't they here? Thank you. Copious, I see you. Usman. Oh yeah. Let's gather a handful. Let's gather a bunch. So we now call our doctor. Oh yeah. Flying. As you're coming in, you're sharing. As they're coming in, you're sharing so that the news will get to a whole lot of us. Not be only we go, they chop better food. So not be only we go chop and may other people chop. Freedom, I see you. Usman Goodness, I see you. Oga Ogbe, Administrator, I see you. I greet you. Especially, I greet you. Now, welcome. 44 watching. Oh yeah, where are you guys? And if you are here, you haven't subscribed, the first thing, just put your hand on that button and get all the goodies. Mama Joy, you did there. I see you. Thank you so much. Please do share the program. We're getting, I'm getting the numbers. So, Oga will soon come on the stage. We just want a handful. How has your weekend been? Joy, I sure say you don't go work today. Felix, I see you. Welcome. Aswe is coming. Faith Yasa, Aswe is coming. I see you all. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. In a moment, we'll be bringing in our doctor. I see you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Rose Iyoha. Festus Obasuyi. I see you. Usunabun Obohia. Share the program. Mama G. Now you be Papa G. I thank you so much. I see all of you now. Mona no hide. Our doctor, they wait for us for stage, for backstage. Yeah, Mona no keep on waiting. No, make we many for year. Make we many for year. Thank you so much. Have you liked the program? Go and like. Oh, don't forget today. Oh, go like. Have you liked the program? Go and like. I go in 2.5 hours time. You get time now. You go stay with us. So I want to welcome Faith Adodo Obohia. Good morning. Good afternoon. It's already 12 noon. So thank you guys. I want to welcome you back to the show. Today I'm honored. We are all honored, not just me. I'm honored to have a very special guest on the studio today, in the studio. Dr. Pedro Obaseki. He's a renowned political strategist, filmmaker, broadcaster, a scholar, professor. That God bring the hot. And a passionate voice in Nigerian politics. He is the Deputy Director General of ASUE's campaign. Abi, I get it right. Okay. And it's very, very passionate voice in the politics in Nigeria. With deep insight into Edo State's political landscape, he's here to break down the recent Edo election tribunal. We know we have had a lot, but his own added a mikme. So we need to hear from him. So all those things now Oga will give us today. He's here to break it down, the recent tribunal and all its backbones. So the impact and what it means for the future of our beloved state. So get ready for a powerful, eye-opening conversation. Please, let's give a rousing welcome to Dr. Pedro Obaseki. Obaseki, give him a rousing welcome. 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 In fact, I go stand up for you, sir.
Yo, let me stand up for you too.
For honoring this show, my call, even in the midst of your busy schedule. Thank you, sir. Obohia.
Thank you.
And my people say Obohia. Andrew Gentle,
any time of the place no
almost, sir. So the mama we they go according to tradition.
As a traditional man and as a titled man, I make my kunya. I the moro ne I'm out like me. Man can make me with the whole world.
Okay.
Yellow panded yam.
Yes, yellow. Why do you know I love you? Who met you?
I love you. Am I going to let me marry?
Ogbe is here in the comment section, sir. Mr. Dennis.
Dennis, I hail you. I see you again now. You say, I hail you.
That doctor will know many people. Yeah, Udien Ranamae. Yes. Yes, Emata Gelino. Agboya Ondin. West is for you. Sir.
Yes.
So we know you are at West campaign. During our West campaign, you were the DDG,
Deputy DG. Yes, Deputy Director General.
Yes. So and you are still in tune with everything. They are still reporting to you even till now. So
the campaign has ended.
Okay.
Right now, we are struggling and praying to God that the evil that men do will live with them, so that the good thing that those people did will be pronounced by the court.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, even if we've heard about a lot, and last week, I don't know if you watched it, Mr. Honorable Ifaluyi came to.
Yes, Obede
Ifaluyi. So today, the one way we want to ask, everywhere is silent and we are tensed. You see this interim where they not agree tell us the day of the judgment, the final one. Can you give us insight on what is going on behind the scene? What could make the judges prolong this process? And we are very skeptical of the judicial system, right? So we want to know what is there a valid cause for this stretch? Because on your yes.
Usually, now I'm going to talk. You introduced me as a professor, as a broadcaster, a female, but I'm also a lawyer.
Okay. See,
I'm going to talk to you now as a lawyer. I'm going to talk to you now as a lawyer.
Yes.
Yes. Under the Nigerian judicial system and the Electoral Act 2022 as amended. It gives the judiciary or the tribunal, because the tribunal now is like having three courts sitting in one. A judge sitting in a place is already a court. So now we have three judges. So you can either expect one judgment, two judgments, or three judgments. So in a situation where the three of them agree on the basic facts of the law and the basic facts of the case, after listening to the adumbrations of all the counsels, of all the, there are four principal parties involved. INEC PDP, which is the petitioner.
Number one.
INEC, I say INEC, so ASWE PDP, which is the petitioner. INEC, which is the first respondent. So if it was a criminal case, INEC would be the first accused. Then Okpewolo, who is the first line principal beneficiary of that process, is the second respondent. And then the third respondent is the party in which vehicle he used to get that result, APC. So now, after listening to the four of them, those three of them will recuse themselves, and each one will view the entire case based on three things. The major thing is the law. The law. They mean the law. What did the Constitution? The law now will be the Constitution. I just use that one as law. The Electoral Act, which is the enabling work that is used to run the election. The petition itself, which is why they are gathered. It is the petition that is in French, you call it the raison d'être. It's the principal reason why all these things they happen. Now, looking at all these ones, they will now look at the evidences that were presented. A judge cannot, under the law, give a judgment sans the evidence. That is without recourse to the evidence. Then you will now look at the argument. Now, this argument is basically put together in the final address, which was done on March 3rd, Monday, March 3rd, which will be 2 weeks next to day after tomorrow. So it is then each one can now write their own judgment. Then the three of them can now sit independently, because each of them, they are all judges of corresponding or co-equal powers. The three of them are the same judges. They are all three high judges. So if the three of them now meet and find out, okay, my conclusion is the same as yours, they cannot adopt one person's own as the lead judgment. And then they will read it.
Okay. Oh, network. Oh, yeah, begin to work in Jesus' name. Oh, yeah. Okay, you are here.
You know that I'm in Paris right now. So I didn't know that.
You told me yesterday. You're a strong man.
So I didn't know that the thing will also
sometimes
having small issues. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
So basically, that is it. So people are just panicking. It's not if, for example, they say we will reserve judgment on the 3rd, and on the 5th they give judgment, and I will be scared. It means benaviori.
Okay.
It means have evidence. You are talking about. Okay, now let me give you this. On the side of the PDP, because I watched when Obede Ifalo was talking, that young man, you see, I was so proud of him.
Yes.
Just like I'm proud of one of our principal witnesses, Oseyeli Aneni. You know, and I realized that with these kind of persons, the future of Edo is assured. You know, no, it's the truth. Look at the kind of people Governor Obaseki brought into government.
I know, with good
Look
head.
at the kids. Look at Itan Uzame. Look at the kind of brains he brought into government. Look at Obede Ifaloyi Isibo.
If we have 10 of that, we don't set.
Dr. Joan
of Yahweh.
Look at Dr. Uyi Oduwa Malaka.
Aye.
These are kids and young persons who have done brilliantly well in their separate endeavor. Look at our journalist young man. What is his name? Crusoe Saiki.
Crusoe.
Even look at those who were not particularly in government, like the likes of Harvard. You know, now when I look at it, I have cause to say all hope is not lost. You get my point? So in looking at this judgment, you know, because I'm directly tied to the campaign, there are certain things I may not also be allowed to say, because you now become sub judice. That is, you will be sub judicial to what is already on ground.
On ground in court.
But I don't want people to be scared.
That's the
thing. As Elime Igodalo or Gume along with Saudi Ogie. Eto we Ohaimo Gume, you know, and Ohaimo do. You know, so what we are saying is if they have come up with a rushed judgment, I will begin to be skeptical even before its pronouncement on the nuances and reasons that must have reached such hasted situation.
I see.
But if I see 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, because there is a tenor, this judgment must be read this month. You know, because unlike most other cases, let me give you an example. In Aswelime, in Adam Soshomole versus Professor Sereme Osumbo, it took 1.5 years. The election was after swearing in. The election was held sometime in 2007. But in 2007, May 29, Professor Sereme Osumbo was sworn in as the governor. Adam Soshomole went to court, and until 12th of November 2008, that is 2007 May to 2008 May, 1 year, June, July, August, September, October, November. So it was 1 year and 6 months later before the governor was declared a wrong governor. That is Professor Osumbo.
That one took too long.
But
there was no electoral law.
No, there was electoral law, but the electoral law did not put. The electoral law was started even as it was the electoral law of 1998 that was used to run the first election in 1999.
Okay.
Now, in 2002, the first amendment was brokered. Then, during the time of Yaradua, a second amendment was brokered, where it was now brought in that they will now have PVC, permanent voters card, that will be biometrically empowered. During the time of Jonathan took it a step further to make the introduction of biometrics. Then during Buhari's time, particularly the first time it was totally used widely was in 2019, Buhari versus Atiku. And then the BVAS, the biometric system, was brought in with a voting machine that looks like a big, phone.
Yes.
You know, it's like a POS. It's like this POS unit. And then the IREV was set up, which is the election viewing portal of INEC. So now, as a result of that, in 2022, before the 2022 election, they did a new amendment. So we always refer to the last one now. And so long as it does not conflict with the Constitution, which is the ground of the country. So we are looking at the Constitution of Nigeria and the Electoral Act of 2022 as amended. When you say as amended, it means that we have now amended. So basically, what we are faced with now is a situation whereby the three wise men, led by Justice Bochi, will now sit and now say, okay, this is our judgment. Now there can be a minority judgment if two of them agree on one thing and another one not agree. So they are even allowed at that point, the two can give one judgment and the other one give his own minority judgment. It is not new. You know, same, it has happened before, Yaradua versus Buhari in 2007. One of them had a minority judgment, you know. So some of them had minority judgments up to the Supreme Court. So what we are faced with now is they must give, because there is a time frame. So the new constitution gave a time frame of about 6 months. Yes. Then if after that one, and if one of the two parties don't agree to the fact that, oh, we not know, this is the reposition, the other party who may be aggrieved is allowed to go to the next court, which is the national court, the federal court of appeal. Now you cannot appeal that judgment. At the national court of appeal, they must consider this case within within a time frame of 1 month.
1 month. So it's now shorter.
And then if any of them disagrees, they cannot go to the Supreme Court, which is the last. And once that is done, the Supreme Court's judgment must also take place within 1 month. But those ones are not a problem. So basically, what is the real cocoa of the cocoa?
Mm-hmm.
The real where the soup must be cooked and put down is the tribunal. Now, in this tribunal, each of the parties, don't forget I told you there are 4 parties. The petitioner has its own time frame between 2 and 3 weeks to present his case. The first respondent, which is INEC, or if it is a criminal case, the first accused, we have that same time frame, 2 weeks to present. Then each of the other 2 respondents. So now the reason why we have this space is because why Aswelime Igudaro used his time from the middle of January, when this court case started in its open presentations, in the open adumbrations. I think it was a Wednesday. It was Wednesday the 15th of January.
January.
Until
they adopted again, and it became 15th.
Yes, that was when the thing was when they want to come beat people for Benin. Until the 3rd of February, Monday 3rd of February was when they closed this case. Now, by the law, that very day, the next person must start his own case. Unfortunately, instead of doing their case from the 3rd of February to the 17th of February or thereabout, INEC did not even bring one witness. INEC asked for a postponement. Yeah, they asked for an adjournment, which is a postponement to the 5th, which was 2 days later. And on that same 5th, they asked for another adjournment to the 6th. On that same 6th, they could not bring one witness, and they closed their case. So yeah, I'm a case.
Okay.
No, a case of Gwezo.
Are
you getting my point? So yes. That same day, Okpebolo as the second respondent. I'm trying to break it down so that people will, so that they will not be scared, because fear is a factor that might affect people's psychological and mental health. There is no need to fear. Everything has gone according to law so far. So yeah, what has reduced the time like now is because in the 2 weeks that INEC was to defend, INEC used 2 days. In the 2 weeks that Okpebolo was to discuss, Okpebolo used 1 day. He brought one witness. He was going to call his second witness, and then they closed their case. APC was not to call 28 witnesses. Unfortunately, they called 4, and 2 days later, they closed their case.
Yes.
So, and in the other one, they did not bring one piece of evidence. So when I see people getting upset, getting scared, I say, no, there's always a belief way. No.
They've written it.
Yes, let me explain something. I would have been scared of the mago for if in the face of the law, the judges refused to admit certain key pieces of evidence.
Okay.
Let me explain. Right.
Okay.
In law, you live in Canada. You live in the Greater Ontario area, for example.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You live in Toronto,
the Greater Ontario area.
Live in the state of in the province of Ontario.
Ontario.
Okay. Now, in Ontario, Canada, the law or the process of the law, which is based on English common law, like the Nigerian system, the Nigerian legal system, our political system is based on the American democracy. Now, while before it was based on the parliamentary, just like you have in Canada. But the Nigerian system is like Canada, a federation of equal or co-equal provinces and territories. So whether you are in Saskatchewan, or you are in Ottawa, or you are in Vancouver, or you are in Manitoba, or you are in British Columbia, or you are in Nova Scotia, it is each of them have their ground norm, the criminal law system and the constitution. In our criminal law system, it is closer to what you have in Canada. In the American law or in the UK, because we are based on English common law. Now, under this situation, the evidence is key. Evidence is the only major pathway to prove the veracity of a case. Let me give an example. God forbid.
Not sentiments.
Not sentiment. Okay. Sentiment. You know why sentiment and law don't understand each other? You may be telling the truth, but if it is not backed by evidence and corroboration, I will come to that. If it is not backed by evidence and corroboration, your truth will not meet the threshold of fact. A fact is, see dagger when they shook one person. This dagger carry blood. Now for this dagger, we can't find the fingerprints of maybe Elakbawa, Mr. Elakbawa. The fingerprints are there. Now we can't go do DNA test, and the DNA test match Mr. Elakbawa. Then in the CCTV camera, they see Mr. Elakbawa enter the place where they kill this person. They see and waka come on. Now they look at the timestamp. In that CCTV, it shows that the person died at about 2 a.m. And they see this man enter that place about 20 minutes to 2.
So 2 a.m.
They see him come for that same building 20 minutes past 2. Now, all these ones we put together now is evidence, dagger. Part of evidence, blood. Another part of evidence, fingerprint. Another part of evidence, CCTV camera. Now, in all these, this may still not be enough because there is no reason. There may still be room for reasonable doubt. Now, the corroboration is now called witness. Let me say it in Bini. Now, Lady Edith walks in and says, "This man was the man. I am the cab driver. I dropped Mr. Lakbawa at number 20, so and so place where this thing happened at 10 minutes to 2. Forensic examination has shown that by 2 o'clock, then Pedro comes and says, I am a cab driver. I came and I carried this man from that number 20 at 20 minutes past 2. So in their own adumbrations and discussions, either the jury or the judge can now reach an informed conclusion based on the evidence, knife, the blood on the knife, which is also this man's blood, and then the fingerprint, and then the corroboration from Madam Edith, cab driver, and Dr. Pedro, another cab driver. It shows that it is most likely that Mr. Elakbawa committed this murder. Now that is evidence. Now, on a different level, the judge comes and then you say, see the knife. The judge said, no, I don't accept this knife. This knife does not look like the one that can cause that kind of injury. I hereby reject that evidence. Even if that knife killed that person, the judge cannot consider that knife when the judge is giving judgment. Wow. So in giving judgment, a judge must consider the law. That is, when you keep person, the law says if you keep person, you will die by hanging or you will spend life imprisonment. Is the law. He will now look in situ, based on the situation, waiting fitter. And this situation, was this man able to prove beyond reasonable doubt? That is, although you may be doubting, your doubting may not be reasonable. So, but it becomes reasonable when you start thinking, wait, yes, so Mr. Lakbawa entered this place. This is now left for the defense. But when Mr. Lakbawa entered at 2:10, 20 minutes to 2, we also found another person in another CCTV camera entering that place at 5 minutes to 2.
Yeah.
Now, the person that this man went to meet inside drew the blood of Mr. Lakbawa into a syringe. So if Mr. Lakbawa had gone to that place maybe to do blood test and his blood is in a syringe, it is likely that the real killer had carried the blood and splattered it on this knife.
Wow.
Now, what if that place Mr. Lakpawa had gone there to eat? And when they were giving him cutleries to eat, one of those cutleries may be this knife. So that is why Mr. Lakpawa's fingerprints are on it. Now, let me explain why now. Let's apply that to our case. From the 15th or 16th or 17th of January, Aswelime Egodaro and Saudiogi, along with the PDP, prosecuted their case and brought 1,004 pieces of evidence to show that in 765 polling units, out of the 5,519 polling units, there were massive infractions, particularly in 360 polling units.
Yes.
If I use the analysis of our expert witness as an analogy. Now, in these places, they just change figure. Person when get 15. The total number of PDP gets 60.
Yes.
Labour get 5. The total number of people when come register to when come on the day of voting for there was 81. So the Beavers machine record and say na 81 people. Now in come, let's say Olua Primary School for Uselu Convote that day, for example.
Yes.
Now the result when they don't give, they give say PDP score 15. They give say APC scored 260. No, let's say they said PDP gets 60. Now APC scored 215.
200.
Labour scored 5.
Yeah.
So we will now show that using the evidence, say although 91 people come and the total number of votes that was valid was 80, if 81 people come, there is no way APC will get 215.
Yeah.
Now, INEC is told to defend it. PDP, as well, may don't bring the original paper when all of us they sign. When you are voting at the polling unit, we all sign, all the agents, we now
all the
sign
agents sign. Yes.
The form, they call form EC8A. Now, on that form EC8A, Labour get their copy, PDP get their copy, INEC get their copy, APC get their copy, and all of them sign. Now, the evidence when Aswe bring, they say, for that day, when all of us sign, so the result when they come announce later, they show say 200 votes were added to APC. So to prove say not true, this is the original paper when all of us sign. See the paper.
See the paper.
APC signature, see PDP signature, see this signature, see INEC signature. But the one INEC bring, INEC not even get the original paper when these people sign. So the IREB, which had the certified true copy, which was online, shows say now 81 people come. So we print down the IREB portal and gave it to INEC. INEC stamp and saying a certified true copy. That is on that day of election. And this will be the true copy of voting really show. PDP bring them. Then the Beavers machine, when they do the paper, this Beavers machine, it get the timestamp. As they check the Beavers machine, they find and say, oh, wait, now only 81 people come home. And these 81 people, you're not going to know who they are until vote, but 81 people come.
91 come.
But when the Beavers snap, you will see the paper when PDP bring as the original. That the same paper when they did the Beavers machine, but it's different from the result when INEC announced.
Exactly.
Okay, pause there. So why I was using that other analogy, why proving that Mr. Lakpawa came to kill somebody, the other defense now came and proved that somebody else might also have that. In this case, INEC, come and defend this result. Where you get this fake result from? INEC. Oh. When the people went sign up, when the people were in the election, don't forget, we had 4,519 polling units in Edo State. And each of them had three polling officers, PO1, PO2, and APO, assistant polling officer. Now, at the ward level, we have 192 wards in Edo State. There were another 3. So add 4,500 plus times 3, which is almost 14,800. Plus another 200 times 3, another 600, now 15,000 something. Then each of the local government has its own returning officer, 18 local government, plus the state. So out of more than 15, almost 16,000 employees when INEC used that day, INEC could not bring one to testify. One. So on the level of evidence and corroboration, it is PDP Aswelime 1, INEC
0. Sir.
So INEC, unlike other petitions before now, other petitions, now the candidate or in political party, now then they use as first respondent.
Okay.
But here now INEC we use because we are not talking about the come to snatch ballot box, because not behind the snatch ballot box and the other political party. But in this one, elected don't hold.
Yes.
Result don't the IRF. But the result when the IRF, as well win. The result when they come manipulate call. One man, Senator 120, they say I win. Yeah. I don't know nothing where the baby, the baby, So basically, that is the cross of the matter.
One question, sir, so before you keep going. One question. One more die. Would it have done more damage? Like, which one for be more damage? INEC bring somebody, maybe they can't talk, or they not kukuma bring. Which one good pass for them?
Say, okay, wait till me be here. Let's assume that INEC bring 20 people. Say no, now we run the election. For this election when we run so, this paper when as well bring, so we don't know the paper.
Okay.
The paper when we lose, now be this one when they hear. But even the paper when they use, INEC
no, they couldn't.
INEC could not provide the Form ECHA. They couldn't provide any of the corresponding forms. And they come to other things.
Yes, sir.
Now, if they had brought, I would have panicked. They didn't bring. That is, let's put it this way, it's as if INEC refused or
agreed
or could not defend itself or its actions.
Okay.
Don't forget to an INEC director of ICT, when he run the IREV and Beavers, was our weakness. Was Aswell's weakness. I use the word our because I carry Aswell for head. You get my point? Yes. So if you ask me now, wake me up, or ask Odo, you can wake him up, or ask Daniel Bege, wake him up, or ask us, and then all of us, we know what went down. So we are all saying about the same thing. Now, on the other hand, so the principal person who is supposed to defend himself on this election could not provide one witness, neither could he provide one counter evidence. See, that one evidence that lie you see our own. They could not. You get my point? Yes, so sir. Basically, that has to be understood, because if you cannot look at the Edo election in isolation.
No,
it is a huge, complete body of thought that cannot be isolated. That is key. It is key so that people will understand the way. Yeah, it's just a figment of your subjective imagination. Now, don't forget, there were 3 pillars of Aswell's petition. Number 1, overvoting.
Number 1.
Number 2, the non-registration and cataloging of the serialization of the sensitive election materials.
Yes.
Number 3, even in the result that INEC itself calculates, there was wrong collation. So let me start from the bottom, the collation. Man, we have 18 local governments. Sorry, man, I'm not going to speak Bini. We cannot say many people fit there where it not be Bini or Edo.
They go get them. They go get them. With they use Bini, they match and they go for year.
Not make it look like abacadabra and say boyi. This will not be. The truth of the matter is that too much specification and English will remove the substance and bifurcate people. Oh, that's confusing. I can speak English, but as I be, I actually teach English to English people. I'm aware. Now, on a very serious legal level, the last one over wrong collation.
Wrong collation.
Improper collation. There are 18 local government areas in Edo State. 18. So when you are now reading the results, let's assume each local government area INEC in 2,000.
Yes, sir.
So the total, the final thing will be 2,000 times 18, which will be 36,000.
Yes.
Now INEC calculate their 2,000 and ran a figure and announced a figure of 42,000. Are you getting my point? Because they did grandma because they had only that night the national results were coming, and Aswelime was leading. So
we pushed it up to 90%.
How much? How many number? 2,000. Okay, 12,000. Okay. Okay. Announce the result. And make it part. So they just demand more numbers, more votes than they calculated at the local government level.
Now logo. But now don't worry, God they come. I dey see you now. Comment. Oh yeah, if you want gift this platform, make una go press that button to gift us. So we are doing a good job. If you know you like what you are seeing and you want to gift Edo Pride TV to continue the subscription, make una go gift us. So we go shout una name, we go hail una. I see you, everybody. Too many names, but I love you all because you all are progressives. Una welcome. Oga is coming to give us a mikme and bush meat. Una well done, everybody here. Who want gift Edo Pride? Go now, never to take. And if you haven't subscribed, this is the time. Please like the show. Make I see how many likes. Me never like. Me when they say me not like, I forget. Mona go like the show. Timothy Osemige, Irene, my finest lady. Now you find pass. Make una go like the show. Me una subscribe. Who never subscribe? My oldies, I know you. But for my newbies, make una go subscribe. Oga, welcome, sir. Not mind the network. God pass them.
No best. I sorry, I had to run off. I put something for microwave. I don't say it don't over. I beg my big unreserved apologies to everyone.
Okay, sir.
Please.
Okay, sir.
So I have to quickly just yes. So now that is on the level of collation.
Yes, sir.
This is an unlosable case.
Unlosable.
It's unlosable.
Use that word. I will be borrowing that word. Unlosable. Unlosable.
Number 2, the sensitive election materials. Because they want to do joba, they want to do abracadabra. INEC not register something. And the electoral acts, anyone when they not register, any vote when take place for that polling unit when they not register, it seems as if no election took place at all. So if in this case, INEC comes say, no, we register them. See where we register and put. No, we register them. See the one we register. INEC did not disprove
what
the registration of those sensitive materials. So in those in those units and wards and the local government where those things were not, which is among the 765 polling units, the law says you must cancel those results. It's a different thing if INEC had brought something to show. No, we register them. So the judges have no choice because the law is there. Now the final one, overvoting. I know why I say make I start with that one last.
We did get them.
Now in the overvoting, I first give an example of say 81 people come polling unit, come vote. INEC register them, Beavers show them, they publish them for IREV. But the result when INEC announced that day, now 281, they dashed 200 votes.
Okay. So APC.
And they did this one in totally more than 90,000 votes.
Yes.
Because they did hurry. Like I tell you before, Joy Asemota of they made many mistakes. Not just because they were in a hurry, many of them were illiterate. You don't give what you don't have. Now,
number one,
guys,
there was no time, sir, for the manipulation. A time in
because now in the second part, which is also key, the Okpebolo brought one witness, one guy from Hussein in the local government area of Denisi Dahosa, the INEX elected deputy governor. Now, when they brought this guy, the day they brought this guy, just a week before, the judiciary,
yes, sir.
The judiciary sentenced some professors who had run elections in Akwa Cross River State to 6 years in prison. So nobody want to go prison. How much money you want to give me? I didn't like.
Timely.
So it was timely. God had a hand in everything.
So timely.
So when they showed this young man the papers and showed him the evidence, I can still remember I was sitting beside Senator Ege Uzame in the courtroom, a few places away from Odubu and Co. This young man, he couldn't.
He began to flutter.
And in his mouth, with his mouth, he declared that the paper he had in his hand was overvoted. So the first and only, listen, this is key. The first and only weakness that Senator Monday Okpebolo's defense brought,
yes,
instead of strengthening Okpebolo's case, gave evidence or testimony in support of the first plank of Aswe PDP case. Are you getting it? So when he did that, the lawyer, his name is the senior advocate of Nigeria, Ikpeazu got up. I was sitting there at that time, I wasn't told. It's not a second party reportage or a third party reportage. I was there.
Yes, sir, we know.
The man got up, closed their case, and the judge now asked, what are you now going to rely on? He now turned to Kemozia. Blessed guy, Kemozia.
Blessed.
Kemozia is the lead counsel for Aswe and the PDP.
Okay.
And Kemozia has never
lost a case.
And Kemozia is the lead lawyer that won for Oshomole against Osumbo. And not stopping there, Kemozia's major headquarters of his law practice is in Benin. So you are not telling Kemozia something you don't know, because you voted there. Yeah, so he knows the terrain, he knows the case, he knows the principal parties on both sides. Because when the PC was ACN, he was the defense counsel. He was the prosecuting counsel for Oshomole to defeat Osumbo. So on the level of precedence, the man got up and said, unquote, he looked at Kemozia and said, you guys have brilliant statisticians. In court.
In court, are not their lawyers. APC lawyer, okay.
Ikpeazu has never come to speak. Neither has Agambi come to speak.
I think the one for APC.
It is their Bole Kaja Tuke driver lawyers.
Oh, charge and pay.
Then they come, they talk. Let me quote Olaro Timi. He said it is what the man has in his head when there is no wine in his head that will be said by his mouth when there is wine in his head.
Yes, sir.
Those are the postulations of drunken men.
Mm.
You know, go on play. They'll go come out. No, something will happen this time.
Okay.
No, why you?
My people.
I'm not even scared. I'm not bothered one bit. Let me speak the British English. I am not bothered one bit. You know, I feel good. You know, man. You know, I'm being frank with you.
Yes.
You see, right now, this thing that would have scared me is if in the course of all these, the judges were rejecting evidence presented by Asue Iuda. They did not reject one. Then the PDP, the APC, INEC, and Okpebolo could not oppose one.
But they were objecting, though. They were objecting, but on Mamutia, it didn't.
Objection must be based on law. You can say objection, my lord.
On what
grounds? I don't think that they were raising objections on polling units. Meanwhile, the petition is not about polling units.
It's ward level.
The petition was wrong collation at ward level to aggregate the results announced for local government. That is, the collated after the ward level. Elections don't finish. We are done by a few evil men who walk our streets and stalk our nights.
Yes.
So that is just it. So Asue's petition had to now bring INEC, because INEC was the principal ombudsman that was used by the forces of evil and darkness to shortchange the people. For me, after the election, whether Mr. Dr. Asuelime Udaho likes it or not, I will go and institute cases against those who ran the election. Because they must understand that when you are conscious of the repercussions of an action, you are most likely not
to do it. I've been saying this too, sir.
So unless there are criminal prosecution of persons who have carried out a coup, you know, this is treasonable felony. Now, a government is put in place and a set of elemental brigands who are not agents of government and who are not the people change the will of the people. That is a coup.
Yes.
You are in Canada. We all know now that by the Canadian law, this is what the Liberal Party is. These are what the Conservatives are. And the Liberal Party have said, okay, Trudeau say, I'm stepping aside, stepping down, and we brought in Canada. Now, these are the ways it is instituted.
It is.
In an election, I didn't like Donald Trump. But the thing states that you must get 176 electoral college votes.
College. Now, very weird.
The electoral college votes that are there. Now in Nigeria, Nigerians have voted. And a man who sits behind the sanctuary of his locked door, or something, they come up and in the wee hours of the night, they change the collective will of the people.
It has to stop.
And they say nothing will happen. And something must happen. In this case, Edo is a watershed moment for the democracy in Nigeria. And thank God everybody saw it big time, real time, whether live or online. I beg. And so, yes, sir. Now you see people who win in an election, yes, in such a hotly contested election, it was
like a funeral day.
Thank you.
Funeral.
And look at the way Agberoism has turned Edo State into a motor park democracy.
We're going to that, sir. We're just going to that in 1 sec.
So I want everybody to be rest assured. I am not part of those who don't believe in the judiciary. I know that elements have done things in the past. It is understandable. But we cannot pretend that Edo is other cases, because in all these other cases, there was no one day that INEC could not present evidence. INEC could not present witness, and the two other responding parties are bringing witnesses who were giving testimony to strengthen the petition of the petition.
The petitioner. Let's say that.
So this is this one. Also now is as if Emanike. No, it's a Benin. I don't know how I'm going to say. I can say it in Benin.
Talented Maho.
Emanaswaswa.
It was
so they ran an election rigging matrix that threw them naked in the public domain.
It makes me happy.
So that is just the truth of the matter. Now, I don't blame Edo people for two things because we'll not be behind it. They tell us, say, go to court. Meanwhile, the person leading the party in the PDP did not believe in. Is my elder brother. You know, no matter what you say about Godwin will not follow all those illegal.
Wow.
Oh no, you know, you'll get that for that one. Right? So you can hold him responsible for not being an Agbero.
It's not everyone that is cut out to be like that.
Yeah, if we are all like that, how we believe
where is the same
pride of the race?
You see,
the Benin, you know, Manifiesto, we are such a highly cultured people. You know, that's why we are the ones that will say Edonu Zomo. You know what that means? Edonu Zomo. Edo where the chosen are found.
Yes, sir.
Edonewe Ahiri. No, relax. Owe Ahi na lo Igbonre. Edo Ahiri. That is an Edo man will only tell his destiny and say, Sanogodwa, when I get born again in the afterlife, I will still be born.
Come back here.
So Edonewe Ahiri. The Benin that people crave to be. A land that has inundated the entire space of tropical West Africa with our dresses, with our culture, with our old conquering. Although today people dress like us, their chiefs and kings dress like us. That is why we describe our Oba. We say, Oba no giedo, Oba no boririnedo, na Oba we here moae. The Oba who is the distributor of goose flesh that is feared and revered by all other Obas from places outside Benin. Oba no wodua yakpamuna. We are the only ones that believe our Oba was reincarnated by the Lord. So now you have that kind of people. Now they are throwing out the worst of us to now be the representatives and rulers of the best and the rest of us. You are in Canada, and they are, instead of hearing a great Benin man somewhere, you are hearing a Benin Edo governor at Osadebe Avenue whose take-home pay can't came home, who seems not to be capable of independent thought, a man who is at the behest of multiple Hoipoloi Agberos, the worst of us, the very wicked of our celebrated earth. I don't sit on the fence. France Fanon, no way if you sit on the fence, life will pass you by on both sides. I'm here.
You're neither cold nor hot, I'll spit you out.
Yeah. So I don't. You know.
Thank you so much.
Like I said, my final word on the tribunal, it is unlosable. There is no iota of technicality. There is no instrument within known to the body of laws. There is nothing to disturb the canon of the electoral process. Neither the Electoral Act 2022 as amended that can be able to give victory to anyone apart from Aswelime Godal, Osaodioge, and the PDP.
Thank you, sir. We can't have enough of you. But do you know this very question now? 1 second, move on. Why will these 3 judges, why will their outcome be different? Demi no pakia miewe na ana miewe or my well bas win. Sir, in 1 minute, if you can round that up with
I will quote William Shakespeare. Away, there is no art to tell the mind's construction on the face. I will say it in Benin. Ibie ora kukun ni pakpa ni maye ni khoye. Man is man. Men will be men. But I just mentioned those 3 judges. They have the right to give 3 judgments. And it is most likely based on the law, the facts of the case, the prescriptions of the Electoral Act, that all 3 of them will come to this same conclusion. Because the thing is so clear. There is no other way. If there was a way in the court processes,
yes,
the other 3 parties would have exploited them. But for them, it is what the French call a cul-de-sac, a blind alleyway.
A blind
a blind alleyway, a blind alleyway.
Okay.
A road will not get where they will pass.
It not get. Okay. Where say sir? Where say?
And I don't want people to be scared why there is. I don't want people to be scared why there is a length in the weight.
Yes. Massa.
If they want to do Juba, it is faster to do Juba.
But where a lengthy now this interim of a dorie room in Monday ya na ya kolobi emi so
business. You see, they've all been doing that.
This big room we give room for another room.
No, they've been doing that since. You know.
So my people, thank you, sir. We are moving on. My people, thank you. I can see a lot of you here. 457. Hey, my hands say 500. I hail you. Special hailing. Whoever might like. This is the time now. Go and press the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please go and subscribe. Epa, we have our organization here in Canada. So I want to quickly introduce this Edo concerned citizens in Canada. So what we do is this type of, we are progressives. We are not PDP, but we are progressives. So maga election are emi no ma my day by no ma will go, you know, we pitch our tent there because all we are in for is to move Edo to the next level, forward positively to the next level. So I want to chair this program in Mr. Ewansiya. Mr. Festus Ewansiya. And we have our group there. Ogbe, Mr. Ogbe is also a member of this Edo consensus.
Dennis.
Yes, Mr. Dennis Ogbe.
Okay,
he's also a member. Yeah, he's our Oga in the house. So he does the show with me every Saturday. He's been very faithful. So I want to say thank you. Thank you so much, Edo concerned citizens in Canada, and everything they've done during the election. They use their own money too to print caps, shirts, to send money home for aprons and everything. Like street lights, vicinity of here. So they are really, really up and helping Edo. So my own navia home not necessarily waiting for a position, but just wanting Edo to move forward. So that's about it. Thank you, my people. Thank you. We are moving on quickly. Sir, I want to play a video. And this video, there are 2. So that you just round it up together, you know. And after this, I promise you, my people, you'll be able to call. I am seeing calls already. Please, I will not pick until I bring out the number and I'm ready to Epa is ready to, doctor is ready to talk to you people. Number na ya igbe ogolobo is just for the show. I don't pick calls without doing that show. So if you are calling me in the show when I didn't consent, Okay, so Epa, this is the my doctor. I beg no verse. This is the video. It's by Ifaluyi, Honorable Ifaluyi, but they van, but they are very short. So let me play the first one.
A group aligned with the opposition People's Democratic Party says things have not been looking so good since the All Progressives Congress took over the governance of Edo State, and notes that Governor Monday Okpewolo has committed, quote, impeachable offences. While the group, which is led by former Commissioner for Digital Economy in Edo State, Ogbede Ifaluyi Isibo, addressed the media in Abuja, where he lamented that Edo State cannot continue to be governed without elected local government officials.
In just a few months, the Edo State governor has committed impeachable offenses, spending monies outside of budgetary allocation and without legislative approval. This governor was the first to brazenly disobey the Supreme Court judgment granting financial autonomy to local government councils. He requested the suspension of local government chairmen by the House of Assembly and employed thugs to invade and take over local government councils. Today, Edo is the only state without legal local government authority to preside over the affairs of the people in several communities across the state.
So that was the video. This is another one. Just they're short, so you take two of them together, sir. Let me play it.
Okay.
We are requesting that the Edo State government, as presently constituted, should rise up to the responsibility to secure Edo people. And we're saying this because in the last administration, Edo was adjudged to be one of the safest states in Nigeria for a reason. Government was committed and dedicated to securing the lives and property of the people by taking decisive actions, where technology was used to monitor the movement of these herders and to reduce criminality by a great percentage. So how is it then that in just 3 months, most of the infrastructure that was used by the previous governments have been destroyed or relegated, and now we're seeing a spike in the killings of Edo people? How can it be that in just 3 months, over 40 people have been slain, where there is a government, or there should be a government, whose role and duty is to protect them? That is our concern.
Okay, Dr. Pedro. So those are the two videos. One talking about the illegalities in the local government council, and number two, insecurity. You want to have your take on it, Doctor?
I would say I am ashamed.
Yes.
You know, I am pained, you know, as someone who lives in Benin, and as someone, I'm ashamed.
I know. This is just
the shame the shame is worse when you see people just going about their businesses. That is where the shame becomes worse. And I believe that within the sanctuary of his locked door, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is ashamed of Edo State and Monday Okpewolo. We must also know that in all of this, Edo, where we say no, they carry last.
This one don't pass last, too.
Don't pass last.
Don't pass. We don't even know the name to give them.
Bad men rule
People
because good men don't want to get involved.
Exactly.
Now, at the end of the day, see, I respect that young man, you know, but at the end of the day, when it came to brickbats and fisticuffs to defend your motherland, where were you? Somebody was telling me that, sorry, I have to bring it because this is another program. There's a young man who I talk to almost often. Not seen him in years. Just like I respect Dennis. That's Ogbemudia.
Ogbemudia. The Oga of our house.
His name is Albert Obaseki. Everybody is talking, and going silent. But the young man just keeps. Then
May God bless him.
Yes, last week, as I watched your stuff with Obede Follow You Sibo.
Amen. He said. He said. He said. He said. He said. He said.
I am not ashamed of my cultural and ancestral
heritage. Yes.
I am who and what I am as a result of my ancestry. I wasn't born by accident. There is a reason why the blood of our Noriase, the blood of our Bonfunori Obaseki, the blood of Amenawa Awon and Yekipolo run in me. This because the truth is sacrosanct.
Yes.
Now, in Nigeria, we have a constitution that has 3 tiers of government.
Yes.
And in those 3, not branches, 3 tiers.
3 tiers of government, yes.
Federal, local, the state, and then the local. If I was to use Canada now, or the United States, where I'm a little more comfortable, you look at the federal, you look at the state, and you look at the city or counties, or you look at the boroughs in the UK, or you look at that is how it is. Yeah. Each one with his own police, each one with his own level of judicial system and independence. Now, right here in our own space, Tinubu might have come to the government, to the presidency through rogue means. But one of his signature things was the local government reform.
He did hammer.
And in July 2024, the Supreme Court passed a judgment on local government autonomy. Now, when Mr. Okpebholo in December started this elemental brigandage, this government by Agberos.
Nothing to write home about.
There's this, in one of my lines in my play, Azagidi, he said, when one finger touches palm oil and it is not cleaned, it affects the others without discrimination. We are all collective partakers in the rubbish, in the elemental, nonsensical situation we find ourselves. He not only dismantled the local government councils, which he has no right to do under the law. So when you don't have the right to do something under the law, you are anti-legal, you are illegal, you are unlawful. So you have a disrespecter of the rule of law, parading himself as the INEC select governor of Edo State. So when I want to talk, I always want to talk about the tribunal.
I know.
Because that is the only hope left for us not to be wished aside and washed away into the political irrelevance and the doldrums of yesterday.
Wow.
We are right now, we are like what the Yorubas call Abiku. Or we are the political Igbakwans of Nigeria right now. A race of people who have been stripped naked in the public domain.
Yeah.
And every day, one tale of Edo is like an unending tragedy in a badly scripted melodrama.
Mm-hmm.
You see a state that was rescued from the "you be widow, go and die." You see a state where there was those Akugbe ventures, they were entering Godian Beleman, they will beat women, they will beat married
Assault
people,
people.
we mess up widows. Your governor called the widow at the very epicenter of Benin, at the Oba Square, the King Square, Ring Road. Widow go and die. And 2 days ago, a widow did not die. Those same brigands killed a baby. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's
It's so emotional for you, sir. I can understand this.
in
I'm
1998,
sorry.
I got married. I got my I was a teacher then at the Manhattanville College in White Plains in New York. I was just a young man, just finished my second PhD, and they called me that my wife, may her soul rest in peace, had given birth to triplets at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, August 1998. And that day, Nigeria killed my woman and killed my triplets. That was the same night that NEPA decided to go on a nationwide strike along with all the janitors. And they did
Oh
operation
my
on her that
God.
evening.
I am so
And as the operation
sorry.
was going down and the kids were brought out, that's why I will never forget a man, retired AIG Dr. Wilson IQ. He was
Oh
then the police doctor.
God.
They turned off the lights and suffocated my children in an incubator. A woman couldn't take it. She cried, and the stitches on her belly opened, air entered, and she died. I left my friend Hilton Idahosa on my transit in the UK,
I wish
got into Benin. Instead of celebrating the birth, I was coming to mourn the dead.
Hey,
A
Sam.
little child
This is a
in the very no. I'm just letting you know why that Peking went and key for Ring Road, because you don't know what women are going through to just give birth. An irreplaceable, irreparable, $19 cannot be repaired loss. And in the middle of Ring Road,
I accept my condolence.
they killed that little kid. That kid,
yes, 2 days ago.
Yes, was the manifestation of the collective burden that we bear as a people, that stomached the emergence of a brigand, rogue elements in our public space.
I am so sorry, sir. I have goosebumps.
In Edo today, it is not just not that we don't have the Edo of our dream. We don't even have an Edo of our nightmare.
You are so vast. We don't even have a door of our nightmare. Guys, are you listening?
So
we can never get this lecture elsewhere.
It is crazy. So you now have a governor who has no commissioners, who is criminally appropriating public funds, who could not pronounce the sum total of his own budget, who promised you the only video you have of his promises he promised you during the campaign.
Insecurity.
So what now?
Wow.
The man say, he asked the people when they the crowd, those APC people that they go, God,
what do you want me to give you?
He said, what do you want me to give you? Insecurity. He didn't say what. He said, and I shall give you insecurity. Oshomole shifted.
They call the knacker for hand. They call the knacker like lizard for hand.
So now, the gods are angry. The gods are angry because we have stood aside by doing nothing. Nothing. So tomorrow, the next set of we are the only state in Nigeria where the governor is escorted by Agberus rather than DSS.
Governor where they waka loss.
Yeah, where they waka. The irony is right behind him instead of
governor is here.
State actors, DSS, police, SIB, special investigator, whatever bureau that he's ringing himself with Agberus. Right behind him, you see Agbero 1, Agbero 2, Agbero 3.
Agbero 3. I hear what in a position. Working government.
Yes.
What about that government?
So I understand that when we do nothing, you see, let me quote, I like quoting, I agree. He said, when you sit down, he said to sit down and do nothing is to cripple fast. That is, if you stay in one place with your leg, you sit down, they are not doing anything, you will become crippled. Now, Edo is being asphyxiated. The jackboots of the people we didn't vote for is on our necks.
Exactly.
And to use that popular American word, we can't breathe. I can't breathe.
We can't, sir. We are being asphyxiated.
If you are in Canada, or you are in California, you are in New York, you are in Chicago, you are in New Jersey, you are in Atlanta, or you are in Texas, where people plenty, or you are in Torino, or you are in Paris, or you are in London, or you are in Manchester. As we so speak, this is a rain drenching the nation of Edo and all the 5 major tribes that populate our space. Whether you are Edo, that is Bini, you are Isan, you are Ura or Owan, you are Akoko Edo or Isako. Because when you sit down, you know, as my mother is Owan, so I speak Isako too. I speak Ura.
You speak Ura, okay.
I understand Isako. Yes, I'm
mixed.
Yeah. So I will tell my brothers, Imiome, or if you sit down and do nothing, we are dead. And for our Isako brothers, we have to sit down, look at the whole thing, and ask yourselves, I
know.
How do we now tomorrow celebrate ourselves and say, Father Lord, although Oshomole and Co give us this one, the courts have reversed it and given it to our people. Because what we have in court is not Asweli Megodalo versus APC, Okbeholo, and INEC.
It's a dope people.
The people of Edo versus these elemental brigands who have made sure that the worst of us
are ruling us.
And now the ones who are now seen as the public image of the rest of us. So whether you like it or not, if they make one of the, when at the end they blame Kabaka. Why are you blaming Kabaka? Anthony, why are you blaming him? What did Kabaka do? He didn't do nothing. You are blaming a Bostone, or to use a Albert was a Boagbero. One Shaba Gamuso is my boy, is my friend, is my area boy. I don't blame him. And when I see them, I hate them. Well, yeah, my dear, how are you? Baba, the reason is clear. I don't blame Usapama. His father virtually helped to bring me up. His uncle, his immediate younger, the father, the immediate younger brother,
wow.
So I grow. Why am I blaming them? I blame the system and the operators of the system who have decided to use our collective patrimony to raise and praise these elemental brigands. Kabaka no appoint himself anything. As well, Yeah, babe. That's my belief.
What's it, sir?
You know, that is my belief. Because if the Benis and the Esans and the Esakos and the Ora people and the Akoko have risen up in one voice and said no at the time they were raping our people, these people won't come out. They will not. They will not come out. They won't show. So if tomorrow Aswe is not declared, which it will by the grace of God,
by the grace of God, you don't have a choice.
And the brilliance of the case in court.
Yes.
Though that is key, becomes governor. You know, he said, show me your friends, I will tell you who you are.
Yeah.
Look at those people who are speaking for Aswe since the election ended. Look at Pedro. Look at Obede Ifalisi. Look at Oseane. Look at what's that young master? I love him, Shedrack Udubai. Look at Barrister Daniel Ubege. Look at the men. Look at the Uzamiris. Look at those who have stood with him, stood by him in spite of the threat to many of our lives.
In spite of the threats.
If he becomes governor tomorrow, will he now go and start choosing, empowering those who are
No, because he can't. You the best of the same feather flock together.
Thank you.
There's no way
not. Your friends, yeah. I will tell you who you are.
Yes, best of this. Honestly, Obaseki could not flow with them, or they could not flow with Obaseki because they don't think alike.
I keep telling people, you know, my brother may not have been the best human interactor
in the relationship. I know that.
You know, his life is strict.
Very strict.
He is a strict. Look, let me tell you. When I hear they say chop money, I look there. They're not good.
We are not ego.
When would we go here? You are finished.
I'm not moving your body.
You. Maybe you come greet them for a house. If the water when it's supposed to give you the river budget them, there's no budgetary allocation.
Now, if you know that you're the best for her.
No, because you can't change him.
You can't.
That is how he is. He is a product of a proud ancestry and heritage.
Yes.
Who went to school? You want to come and bribe me?
No.
If you come bribe me, I will show your bribe for New Benin. So when I see them complain about him, I don't talk because, although I may be more friendly than a few people may think, I share the same basic values,
sentiments,
because that is how we were brought up.
That's it.
When you look at my younger brother, one of my younger brother, that is my younger brother, same father, same mother. No, sir. Even no, sir. I see maybe no, sir, senior brother, same papa. In my house, when we were growing up, my father would share food. Now maybe senior. But no, sir, first choose.
Now be baby.
No, now go first choose.
Oh.
You may not understand what that means. My father and my mother will put the food on the ground according to our age and size. The smallest is Nosa's own. So they will call Nosa, come and take your food. Or mistakenly will not follow Soge.
Oh, that's a big training.
So we've already been trained to know our place and our positioning in the family.
Oh my God.
You must do it right. So Nosa will choose the smallest. Then IK boss is in Italy. He will choose the next. Egbe will choose the next.
Oh.
Then now engineer Elvis Obaseki, who is the managing director of ITV, he will choose the next. Sister Inye going out will choose the next highest.
Before you. Wow.
I was brought up to know that Odion Otikuno, I must wait for my younger ones to do.
To choose first.
But I know at the end of the day, I owe an umbrella responsibility to every. That was how Godwin was. That's how he operates.
Wow.
He may not be my best friend, but I respect him because of his conviction matrix.
Yes.
He will sit with me. I can go to his house when I like. I would challenge him when he was doing things I don't support. I challenge him in the public. No, brother, this is wrong. So we take the Pedro. This is it. Okay, paper. Because he's a paper and biro man. When the idea cannot be defended on paper, Bragodu will throw it out the window. And that was how he was able to put together. I know why I'm saying this. That matrix that was described by Ifalo Yesibo has been dismantled.
It has been.
Now,
this is what we get.
Understood the place of technology. So if I go into edu.gov, the e-gov platform, I will see the number of roads they will do in my area. I will see who is responsible. I will see the contractor who took the money. I will see the budgetary allocation for same and where the approval limits are. So when you go to Ring Road, the people who are working, they know how much they must pay. They know how much it's going to be worth. They know how it will be handled. They know how Edo GIS will work. They know when their approvals for their land will come. They knew. But now they are back to the wild Midwest.
In fact, this is the worst anyways we've ever had.
So we've never had anything like this.
Oh, Obaseki ya keeping her for that 8 years we were cage.
But you see, you can hear now. The other one, listen to this one. They insult us. They will say, like my initiative.
MOU.
After like my no, what the people who are collecting revenue, they call them Atalakpa.
Oh, Atalakpa.
What is Atalakpa? Guys, they are not even apologetic.
Edo State.
Then the one that shocked me most, I was talking with one of our revered, very great lawyer from Edo State. You know, I don't know if I have the you are outside again. And he was shocked when I explained to him that our Ring Road now, some of the drivers now turn left. You don't get it. That Ring Road.
They now turn left when it's supposed to be
right.
Clockwise.
Anti-clockwise. They're supposed to turn right always. Because you know we are government. You just see the guy just come up from Akpakpava. Instead of turning towards the road or other market, you just come.
Road. Yeah.
You just come up from Sakoba Road, you just turn left.
Lawlessness at its peak.
Because right now, what we find, I use the word elemental and institutional brigandage.
Yes.
Our Agberu. Wait, people don't understand where Agberu come from. Agberu is not a Yoruba word. Agberu is a Benin word. Agberu. Those Agberu, scatteran, spoilan.
Yeah.
Agberu. So the Agberus or Agberus have taken up the governance space of Edo State. And what we find daily is a manifestation of where the worst of us are now in charge of the rest of
the
us.
best of us. Where's sir? We can't have enough of you, sir. Thank you so much.
You don't go. Have you done now? Okay. You've done almost
Yeah, so we are moving to the next segment, sir. And this one
is there's another one.
Calling. No, they want no way. Maketa. If you have questions,
not your phone. So no, let me just say them now. No, that's the phone. I'm ready to take it.
Okay.
Gray hair is not sold in the marketplace. My gray hair is not designer. So I don't go old man now. So
you don't like me. We call you a pa. Why now?
No. I'm not a pa because in my head, 57 is the new 27.
Okay, sir. I hail.
That's what I wear. I don't have a cocoa. Now I wear. I'm wearing a hoodie.
Now hoodie you wear. So thank you so much. Thank you.
If not for you now, I will turn my cap, go back.
You see, Dr. Pedro, West sir.
Yes,
the other thing is that I see. I see him. So we express our heartfelt condolence to you, sir.
So thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know that
to...
it was going to take some emotional pinch.
No, I'm very sorry. No, it was just how I felt when I saw that kid die. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I want to apologize. Yes.
So, my people, there's always a catch before I bring the number out. We have 500 and something watching, and I only have 100 and some few numbers likes. Please, 150 likes. Can you please just go to the like button and press a like? Press a like, and if you are new here, what we do is you go and subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, you subscribe. When Dr. Pedro was talking, I saw a gift for us from IA. I just want to acknowledge you, $6.99. Oh, thank you, Area Mama and Dr. Pedro Obaseki. I always enjoy this educational program. Thank you, IA. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We all appreciate you. Thank you. So please let the likes go up. Then Dr. Pedro is going to take your call. I'm going to put the number on the screen. And before we go on, please, I want to beg you, this number is just for the show alone. I see a lot of people trying to call after the show or before the show. It is not a functioning number. My lovelies on this platform, they've been asking, Mama, we want to talk to you. Sometimes we want to talk to your guests, but there's no means of communication like verbally. Please. So for a long time, I resisted, but I couldn't resist last week. I had to bring out this number. So I just want you to respect the rules. It's just for the show alone. You may love Area Mama, but please keep it low for the show alone. Okay, there's a call coming in. Hello? Uh-oh. Okay, that one went off. So when you're calling, I want you to make it very short, very brief, and straight to the point. Tell me what your name and where you're calling from. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, I can see your. Where are you calling from and your name?
My name is Dennis Obeseki. I'm calling from Toronto, Canada.
Okay, that's our guy of the house from Toronto, Canada. Okay. So yeah, thank you for calling. What's your question, sir?
Yeah, first of all, Dr. Don Pedro is Dennis. So I actually, my condolences to what I heard today. Actually, I knew you a long time ago, but I never heard this part of you. My condolence. I had goosebumps when I heard you narrating it. I understand. My condolence. So now to my question. My question is this: in this state of defections in the Edo State House of Assembly that we have seen, I understand that you are a legal luminary. I want to take you back to the judgment of the Supreme Court of Honorable Ifedayo Sunday Abegunde versus Ondo State. And the Supreme Court ruled that it was against Section 68(1)(g) of the 1999 Constitution. I want you to tell our viewers the implication of jumping ships, because in that ruling, the Supreme Court made it explicitly clear that unless there is a division in your political party, otherwise, when you jump ship, eventually you will lose your seat. That was in 2015, the Supreme Court ruling. So when I see these defections, and isn't that these political political merchants see that they really don't understand what they are doing, or they feel that because they belong to the ruling party, then the law will not take its course? That's my first question. I just want you to put all of them together.
Okay.
Then I understand also that, a lot of people are watching this program, and Asma Igudalu might also be watching, or may have the opportunity to watch this program. I know, because you were the Deputy Director General of that campaign, I want to appeal to you that if eventually he comes to power, there should be what you call city managers, because we have it here in most developed countries. City managers, they are very important in the development of our space too. And I have also championed a cause that Obaseki for president. I go to different platforms and I put it there, Obaseki for president. I hope that works well. Let me let you go so that others can call in. Thank you very much, Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki.
Thank you.
I will answer the last part first.
We wanted to be taking 3 calls before you answer, but he has many questions. So just take his own, then we move ahead.
Okay. Now, quickly, the last part is these people were politicians. Many of them are what they are. Like when they say, "Am I a politician?" I will say, "No, I'm politically active. I've never been commissioner. I've never been board member. I've never been." So I've not eaten from. But maybe there is something in that place that creates uki. You know, I keep wondering if they are okay. You know, many of them. I'm thinking what I think. I think their calculation is this. Now Pedro is there with effect, and if they announce as well as governor, they defect back. I've seen this before. So those are just political roller coasters. They are political buccaneers. They are political pirates. They are political hangers on. They have many of them have no other address.
Transactional politics.
Yes. For them, politics is transaction. It's no ideology, no belief, no. But they understand them. Then, in terms of the defections, I know you were referring to the Supreme Court judgment
of the River State.
No, not the River State. The River State own is an anomaly. The River State own is a brazen disregard.
That's wicked, Supreme Court.
That Supreme Court own of 2015, I was actually preparing for my birthday. My birthday is April 25. And it was in April, I can never forget it. That was Supreme Court passed that judgment on the Akure South and North Federal Constituency of Ondo State, between Ifeda Abegunde and his account of defection from the Labour Party. You get my point? It was in 2020, 2009 to ACN, which is now APC. And that was when that judgment was passed. That unless that there is a proven division and fractionalization,
that is when they can defect.
Yes. Now, listen to this. In Plateau State, just after the 2023 election, the defection also was shown. And the Supreme Court has judgment that once you defect, you are no longer a sitting person, because the election wasn't for you, it was for your party. Okay. Now let's rewind to 2007. A man known as Celestino Mejia was said to have been made the candidate of the PDP when he did not meet the election or the nomination process. And Mr. Rotimi Amechi went to court. And the Supreme Court ruled that Rotimi Amechi is the rightful candidate. And since they did not vote for Celestino Mejia, because Celestino Mejia's name is not on the ballot, it is the party name and logo that is on the ballot. So when the ballot is, when we vote, ballot panel, we don't vote for the people, we vote for the party. So when you leave the party, your seat automatically is void. So in practice, those brigands that left, I think there are 3 PDP and 1 Labour Party.
Yeah, four PDP, 1 Labour.
Yeah, 1 Labour. They are no longer actually members of the House. If you notice what they did in Rivers, all them are harmful. They quickly went and undefected their defection.
Which is against the law.
There is nothing against the law there. However, what is against them there now is what they did, 27 of them. They now say, we are no longer in PDP. We don't go.
We are in APC. On your mandate we stand.
But yes, on the mandate we stand. But some of them signed. They signed a what do you call it? They signed a publicly noted document that is with they signed an
affidavit.
Yeah. So now, don't forget, the Supreme Court has not ruled on that case.
That one is pending.
They only ruled on the presentation of the budget to 4 people.
Okay.
Instead of the 27. But they have not said whether those 27 are actually members of the House yet. That has not reached it. That one has not been given. Because the Supreme Court cannot reverse itself except there is a compelling reason to do so.
Okay. Okay.
The Supreme Court, by reversing itself, will be making a new law, and the judiciary are not lawmakers.
Okay.
They are to interpret the law.
Okay.
So once they interpret that law and come with a judgment, that judgment they've come to now become a part and parcel of our body of laws. That is why we call it precedence. There is Eminoka Sunuriaka Yatai. So we are going back there. So based on precedence and the plethora of election petitions, defection petitions, and judgments, all the 4 or 5 of them that decamped are no longer sitting members. They are no longer bona fide members of the House of the Edo State House of Assembly. Because one, the party in the state since the election that brought them in has not been fractionalized. We don't have 3 chairmen. We don't have it's as a baby that is our chairman.
It's still the chairman.
It's still as is. Okay. There is no iota of proof to show if all of us that are, whether if you wake up Matthew today, Matthew Idoriyekime is the DG of the campaign and he still stands gidigba
as the DG.
If you call Saudi Oge, he's the running mate. His gidigbaness is undoubtable. And of course, Tony Azigbemi, you see him every day from one place to the other. Or is it former commissioner Chris Neikai or former special? No. He's back as the mouthpiece of the PDP. So the PDP in Edo State is a united, consolidated bloc. So they have absolutely no reason under the law to have done what they did, except for self-aggrandizement and unbridled avarice.
Okay. Thank you. We heard you. Before we take the other question, I want to acknowledge somebody here. You just gave us some gift. I want to say thank you. Alex Agbontain, 1999, euros. Is this euros or no, pounds?
Oh, that is pounds.
Pounds. Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
I
say that's a good one. Thank you. So we want to take another question. Any call in? I think you just answered the Irene Finest or Nota, but I think Oga just answered it. What is going to happen to those House of Assembly members who decamp in Edo State?
They are no longer House of Assembly members. Period.
Okay. So if you're calling, please lower or mute your device. Okay, mute your device so we can hear you. Hello.
Hey, Mama, Obava, good afternoon, man.
Yeah, your name and where you calling from? Good afternoon.
My name is Kenneth. I'm calling from Texas.
Okay, Kenneth from Texas. Go ahead with your question, sir.
Yes, man. I want to sing one word, please. Give me a few minutes because your first caller have some time. Please, man, because I admire your program a lot.
Thank you.
Obaseki, man. I say. Esenu bumbe, egoduime, agbuwe yeseo, esenu bumbe, Obaseki me, agbuwe yese, esenu bumbe,
Ego doing well. Agbuwe yesi esenu bugbe.
Thank you.
Abati me. Agbuwe yesi esenu bugbe. Azuwareo. Agbuwe yesi esenu bugbe. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you.
My uncle, my big brother,
Dr. Pedro.
Dr. Pedro.
Okay.
I admire you a lot. Anytime you're on the phone or you're on the TV,
So
I
Ali.
must pause. Anytime I see you, I must pause. If I leave the house, I put my phone on YouTube, make sure I continue watching you. Sir,
thank you.
God will bless you. I beg not stop. Let get info where Judicial trust in you one day.
Okay.
Because there are laws they are bringing back and forth, interpreting back upside down. I don't trust our judiciary. I believe waiting at KG. How can Obama still be there sitting talking when it go against the supreme law of the court, of the law of the land, where local government autonomy is nonsense? Before me, he said it's nonsense. Before him, he said the supreme law of the land is nonsense.
Yes.
Where local government autonomy is nothing before him. Who the hell is he?
I know.
I told her about one thing now, Larry. Do you know where this guy right here, Tony Kavaka, is way better than?
Let's try and round it up, sir. Let's try and round it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. Please, Mama Lawo. Because so you are watching it to me and I overload a couple. So, Obaseki, me and Muri Okpebolo, that did he was presenting his budget. He's a guy, my also, my after Agama, he's a guy, so now, all our Okpebolo, Saba, all cinema. Because this is, Baba, I know where I'm from. I'm from Benin.
Of course.
I'm in Texas for years.
Yes.
But in heaven, the things are being running, rules are being running here.
Yes.
Baba, make us understand. These people, these three-man tribunal, are they going to do the right thing?
Okay.
This is one thing I want to know, sir. Please let us understand.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Any other caller, so we can just add it. His question is really straightforward. Let me see if I have a new caller. Very, very straightforward. But what's in one of Abat? Abat, come here. Your name is being mentioned. Thank you, Abat, for okay. We have another caller. Augusta, please just note that question. Wait, I have another caller. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
Okay. Okay. My name is. Can you hear me?
Your name, yeah. It was just if I could see it on the phone, but I want my people to hear it. I didn't hear you, sir.
Okay. My name is Dino from Canada here.
Dino from Canada. Oh, Dino. Domo, sir. Domo.
Yeah.
Domo, sir. Oh, domo, sir. Yeah. From Canada. So your question, sir.
Okay, my question for Don Pedro. I know he has tried to ask her that of Mr. Dennis.
Yes.
I'm going through the issue of the people who defected.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask him I know he has answered the question already. Or what is the legal implication for those people who really defected?
Okay.
Last time I was hearing Ifaliu Isibo saying that they could be taken to court. So I wanted Don Pedro to answer the question: what's the legal implication for those guys who defected?
Okay. So 2 questions on your hand. If you want to take that, sir.
Okay. I will start with Dino, so that because this is the last thing I said before. Mm-hmm. Now, the legal implication is this: you may be shocked that if we go to court, even the common allowances that are being paid to those persons. Hello?
Yes, sir.
To those persons after they have defected, they will be made to refund.
Mm-hmm.
As simple as small money. Are you getting my point? Now, once there is no fractionalization that is open and clear, a division that makes it let me tell you what I have the thing in my head, because I was even discussing with some lawyers that day. In the case of Abegunde, that is Ifedayo Abegunde, who was a Labour Party representative in the House of Rep, not even ordinary local government, not even a state household, in the Federal House of Rep. Justice Musa Mohammed, who read the lead judgment in that event, said that only a division that makes it impossible or impracticable for the party to function by virtue of the provisions of section 68(1)(g) of the Constitution, that is when someone has a right to defect to another party. So even if there is division and fractionalization in your party, and yet the party is still functioning, that is division and the division and the fractionalization in the party does not make it impracticable and impossible for the party to function. Your defection nullifies a priori your membership
of that party,
of the House of Assembly. You are no longer a parliamentarian.
So you are just sitting on your own now.
Yeah.
You are sitting on your own.
So
under
going
whose
forward is that
canopy?
their defection earlier this week. Going forward, if they engage, they don't recuse, that is, they don't excuse themselves from participation in the processes in the House, someone can tomorrow also claim that whatever positions and laws and edicts, acts pushed forward and passed by the House that has the participation and input of these persons in it are null, void, and of no consequence, because right now in the eye of the law, those 5 persons are now persona non grata. They are no longer legally recognized by the law. So there are parties. So what should happen is an immediate request by the PDP to ask INEC to declare their seats as vacant. And once that happens, there's going to be a floodgate of litigations to make sure that is assented to. And once that is assented to, the 5 of them will lose their seats. That is the legal implication. Then
there's a second question.
The other one was for what the young man asked. I'm just replying Dino immediately. Because that judgment is a landmark judgment.
He's afraid they will do the right thing.
Yes. No, they will.
Okay.
Now, on the case of local government autonomy, and my young man just now said, people will describe this as the local government autonomy as nonsense. You wait that sometimes I go to ask myself if these people even drink paraga. Because there was a landmark ruling on July 11, 2024 by the Supreme Court that ordered that all local government allocations must now be paid directly to the local government, and requested the Attorney General of the Federation, that is a Lateef Fagbemi, senior advocate of Nigeria, directed that should be done immediately. Yes. Now, I said that in my earlier answer, I said I'm very sure that Tinubu is, when they hear all over the place, says the man they try to see Tinubu since. Tinubu not get it there. Because the man don't disgrace Tinubu. Even the federal government, I think that was December, that just 6 weeks ago, Fagbemi now, December, because I just came back, that they were going to sue the states that are trying to circumvent the Supreme Court's judgment on local government autonomy. That is the Attorney General of Nigeria and the Minister of Justice. He made it clear that even the state attorneys, people like Obaseki and Co now, who are helping to implement the dismantling, he threatened to refer their cases to the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee for misconduct.
Okay.
So persons are even going to be, persons are even going to be held responsible for the antithetical advice that they are giving to to, I think I have it in one of
To
my,
the state government.
To the state government. Over there is the AG, the Attorney General of the state. So, but will the tribunal do the right thing?
You're asking. Yes, we did do the right.
Let me tell you, as I sit here, I know if you say yes, I know if you say no. But you see, when you would think, you see, when you be native doctor and they give advice, the person when get sense, you go to use in sense to aggregate the advice. That is the name of one of your chairmen when you told us now for, wrote it down. Edo Concerned Citizens.
Edo Concerned Citizens, yeah.
His name is NYCR.
NYCR.
Okay, let me break. I'll use that to answer. I'll use that his name to answer. NY or Seha. Common sense is bigger than prophecy. It's bigger than my bishop, my pastor, Gavison. They say. I am saying them say does not matter here. I would have been scared whether they would do the right thing. If they have started doing the wrong thing, I have an issue. If they are not going to do the right thing, they won't apply for the movement. It is not we that force them to move. The judges say, no, we can't hold this thing here. We're moving. Let's go to Abuja. And they moved.
Okay.
They agreed to subpoena INEC. They agreed to admit all the evidences. The moment they want to circumvent, they won't agree to admitting any evidence.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you. Your name and where you're calling from. I could see your name, but for the record.
This is Eric Voin, Ambassador Eric.
Ambassador Eric. From where?
Yes. I'm coming from Italy.
From Italy. Ambassador Eric. What's your question? Welcome, son. We dey hear you.
Okay, I greet Dr. Pedro.
Okay, Dr. Wesa.
We appreciate you for coming to Edo Pride.
Thank you.
I also said that anytime I wish I will be at home, I would like to see you to draw from your knowledge. So I want to just ask Dr. Pedro that since I know your name that be a long time and you have not contested any election before. There was a PDP zonal congress held on the February 22nd.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you, sir.
Yeah, the congress has been nullified by the national body that produced Danobi. So the next congress has been slated for April 12th. So I urge Dr. Pedro to throw himself to the ring so that he can to contest for that zonal chairman South. So that we can
okay.
To throw himself to the ring and contest for the position.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, I don't have any other call waiting, so you can just jump on that, sir.
Okay. We'll give up with it because
we want to have sane-minded people. That's why we are calling for your bill.
I already operate at a very high level within in the last presidential campaign.
Yes.
I was a national director of strategy, research, and planning. That is for the 2023 national, not state. If I'm going to throw myself into anything, it will be a position that can affect the common man on the street. So I on the level of the PDP in the south,
yeah.
I would rather not comment.
Okay.
Because the way it may be on that level, I want to play silent. but I will not contest for any party position, except it is a party position that can affect our people on the streets.
Okay.
So if I'm going to contest for anything, I'm going to
hold on, sir.
Contest for an
Hold on. He's just rounding up that question.
Any party position.
Okay.
Because I love Edo. Edo is more important to me than PDP, APC, SDP.
So you would contest on the national level?
No, I won't contest in the party. If I'm going to contest for the national level, I contest for national chairman.
So you want to hold that post, right?
I don't want to contest any party position.
Okay. Thank you for calling. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah. Good afternoon. This is Patrick Imayagbe.
Patrick Imayagbe, you are welcome. Wake call
from United Kingdom.
United Kingdom. Okay, go ahead with your question, sir.
During this time of this tribunal. Obaseki say ayuto the continuous government here continue, especially in the area of this computerized working already. Like when you entering the bus, most of them they are all being paid electronically.
That's where we were moving to.
All this computerized working or after you not come in now. How easy is it able to bring back those things?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. He will take your question shortly.
My question to Dr. Pedro Obaseki.
Okay, thank you. Let me take the next call and doctor will go through it the same time. I just want to quickly call this person back. He's been calling. Yeah. One sec, sir. It's hard to pay attention to everybody.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello. Thanks for calling. Your name and where you calling from?
Okay, madam, it's me, Comrade Dino again.
Okay, sir. Oh, Epadino. Okay.
So, my question for Dr. Pedro is going to be very technical. I'm going to ask him, it's optional for him to answer the question. Looking at if by peradventure Asweni Godaro is able to get his money back.
Yes, sir.
With the ongoing mismanagement of funds in those states right now, are we having any intention of probing?
Any intention of probing?
That's my question.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. He's going to take it now. First one, sir. Where I had a return to the e-gov and everything. Then the second one, Mr. Dino is also concerned about this mismanagement of funds. If ASWE is going to probe, those are the two questions right now.
The first one is easier to answer.
Okay, sir.
And easier to answer in the sense that those structures that are in place are not structures that can be killed. What the government has done now is to ignore those structures and ignore those practices. But since Aswelime Godaro has been an ombudsman advisor to Edo State government in the time of Oshomole, he understands the workings on ground. They're not stopping there. One of the key elements in Obaseki's 8 years was Osaudiogi. And we all know all these people. You see, to deal with Agbero when you are the governor, you know hard. You either decide to play with them or you shut them down. And Godwin proved that they were no matter where you go. If you get my point. So that one can be done because the institutions are in place.
Already.
The organogrammic structures are in place. The computer hard and softwares are in place. They just shut them down. You get my point?
Yes,
you
sir.
know? So that is easy to handle.
Okay.
Then for the one of probing, I cannot tell what is on Asweli Mengodalo's mind. But if it was Pedro, now their money. If you tip money, if they tip the money, we will pursue them. We bring our money. No more will go back there. So we have that is my own. You see, because they are toiling, they may not be toiling with my children directly. As in my own personal children.
Around all of us, sir.
But what about my brothers? What about my cousins? What about my children and their children's children? My kid is American. But even if he's American, it is easier for him to be Obaseki than to run as president of the United States. I mean, I'm not. I live in Nigeria. I live and reside there. Everybody who know me for business say now boy I did be. You know, so I don't think apart from the rice own, we have the rest are piggery. I get cattle ranch.
Okay.
Cattle ranch. Okay. You know, I did do snail. I did do. Transfer.
Yes, sir.
You know? So if on my own personal level, I'll probe them. If there is a room to probe, if there is something to probe, but I will not probe them because I hate them.
Sentiments.
I may dislike them. I may dislike their modus operandi, like many of them dislike that of Godwin. But there's nothing to prove or probe over Godwin.
Yeah, those are like sentiments. Okay, sir. We have another question on the line, but before then, I want to acknowledge Wilson Idemudia. Asio Kwedo, what I say, $10 10 UK pounds. What did they worry me today? 10 UK pounds. USA. Thank you, Wilson Demudia. I have a question on the line. Hello, your name and where you calling from?
My name is Lucky. I'm calling from France.
Lucky from France. Okay, sir. Go ahead with your question.
Okay, ma'am. Sir, good evening, sir. Welcome, sir.
Sava.
First of all, ask, you know, like Nigeria, we all know, the judiciary we know. How are we sure? Because, like the last time, I don't know if this one is different from Obi's case, where everybody was believing that the case is already going for Obi, and later, all we're now hearing is Obi was not having any case.
Okay.
So I don't really know if there is anything different from this one to that one. How are we going to trust this judiciary? Because the country we know now, the judiciary we know.
Okay. Okay.
I don't. Yeah. So are we sure that they are going to do the needful? Because there might be evidence and everything, but how are we sure that the judges they are going to do the needful? Because the thing is taking long now for them to announce the final dates.
Okay, thank you.
So I don't know how you feel.
Thank you. I don't know if you were here in the beginning. It's already explained, but he's just going to do a recap why it's taking so long. Okay, just listen. Okay, listen by. Let me take the next call. One call is coming in, sir. Hello. Your name and where you're calling from. Please mute your device at the end, please. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Thank you for calling. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is William Agbola. I'm calling from Holland.
Okay, Williams. Wesley, Abokia. Yeah, what's your question? Calling from Holland.
Yeah, Mama, it's my first time calling to this show, and I'm always enjoying your show.
Thank you, Wesley. Thank you so much.
Mr. Pedro, Wesley for more, you know what I explain is Wesley Sabo Adebawe. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead with your question. He can hear you.
I have one question. I don't know if you studied the recent judgment of the River State House of Assembly. I think with the CTC, I don't think the what's it called? Those who defected from PDP to APC 982, I don't think they lose their seat because they say the speaker has to declare the seat vacant on the CTC. That is the new with this new judgment. It's a very complicated issue, but I want you to, if you've read the CTC of the River State House of Assembly judgment, I want you to throw light on it concerning this defection in Edo State. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. After this, I think we'll just have one last call and we let Doctor rest. So we have 2 questions on the line, sir. I don't know if you have it down there. Or where judicial you are not sure of the judgment, and then he's talking about the defection. Second one.
Yes. From my friend, my brother in France, I will speak French now.
Okay.
Between the case of Obi and now.
Obi and
yes. As the French will say, c'est très différent. C'est un cas très différent. These are very, very different, massively different. You see, in the Obi case, it is only Southerners that think Obi won the election. So let's leave that one first. The Northerners don't think Obi won the election. That is just the truth. The Northerners think Atiku won the election. But one thing that both sides agreed on was Tinubu did not win the election.
Yes.
So set on cast très différent. It's very different. Now, in this case, why Obi, Atiku, and Co. were carrying to court to prove that Tinubu rigged. No, that to prove that Tinubu rigged
the election
was announced via the rigging process. And then Tinubu did not qualify. Tinubu was a drug baron. Tinubu was a certificate forger. Those were the... So, they were different. That is different. Now, this Edo case is also different from all other local cases in Nigeria before now. In this one, this is the first time that INEC is the first accuser, is the first accused. This is the first time because we are not contesting, say there's still ballot boss, say they change unit results. No, we are not contesting the election day, election time matrix. We are contesting the after election manipulation. So election don't hold and next it down. Not the APC change result. You have to understand this. Not the APC calculate the result. Not the APC announce the wrong winner. Now INEC. So this whole wahala they INEC neck. So Okpebholo is a first-line beneficiary of the rogue process and criminal denial of the people's will in Edo by INEC.
Okay.
You have to understand that clear difference. If that clear difference is not drawn and put in proper perspective, we will be confusing. I use the word, there will be an inordinate bifurcation of the election processes. No, these are very different. For that other place, Obi they win for Lagos, they burn people's house, they run people, they make people not vote. That is not the case. Then we finish. It's 5 states where they talk say Atiku don't win, they declare for Tinubu. Then Benue where Obi win plus Nasarawa where Obi win, Obi win them. They declare for Tinubu. Then the national resort in Abuja, which by law we have been told that this is how it's supposed to be
in Abuja.
Because of a judgment, there was a presidential judgment in the case of Buhari in 2003 versus Obasanjo, where the case of 2/3 of the 36 plus and Abuja was settled. This one, then do abracadabra. That is different. In this one, and they don't do all the result for polling unit. They're not still, even if they still, the only thing with us, okay, some of those places when they're supposed to to register the paper, they don't register. Now, no register, no be APC. Cancel them. Electoral say you must cancel them. It didn't say you should think about cancelling it. No. The Electoral Act says that where the sensitive materials are not registered, the election is deemed not to happen.
Void.
So you cannot have a result in a place where the election did not happen.
Okay.
It says clearly, in any place where there is one person overvoting, that is, if the Beavers machine shows saying that 70 people come, and the total result when you calculate says that 72 people come, you must declare that place cancelled. Must. It is not a matter of consideration or subjective decision. Now, we have calculated 765 polling units across the state, where about 360 of these certain infractions took place. When you remove all in these places, they dash INEC dash APC 90,000 plus votes.
No, make
They
it
even dash
50,000. Yeah.
That is, you have that in some area, they just put PDP, they increase PDP on to yes, 15,000. Labor 2,500. So we are saying is, since the electoral law says there is overvoting, thou must cancel. Now let's go back. In 2007, I still remember the testimony of Auntie what is my name? That is Marcus Onubu's mother. She later became the local government chairman for Isan West Ekboma, which is the home local government area, of Osumbo.
Yes.
They proved that there was massive overvoting. So they cancel all the results for there. By the time they cancel all the results, you calculate the balance and Ushumole Naikon. So what we are saying is remove all those places in those 37, the results will change dramatically.
Yeah. Yes,
that is just it. So I believe that it is clear that there is not even the room for INEC to hide.
Oh, thank you. You've taken those two questions. Thank you, my people. Thank you.
For the Rivers case, sorry, for the Rivers, because somebody wrote that again. The Rivers case, you see, I know what my friend Prof. Odinakalu said in his analysis of the case, but the case is not over. The case was the case of whether or not it was lawful, constitutional, and right for the governor to have presented the House of Assembly budget to 4 people instead of 21.
Yes.
And then the second part of this case was whether or not the local government election was properly held by the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. What that means is, since it was not properly held, the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission will hold another one.
Abi?
Because you cannot extend the tenure of elected officials. That is not known to law. That it's worse than rigging. That is criminal and treasonable. So, number 2, the declaration of the emptiness of the seat is key in this. But there is not yet a determination of whether or not the 27 of them are bona fide members of the House as at so stand. That one is a pending case in court.
Okay.
So if the court declares that because although they have reversed themselves and they have defected their defection, but the defection they did before was based even on a sworn affidavit.
Okay.
That is just yes.
Thank you, sir. You know what I'm happy for? This broadcast, I'm going to go sit back again and watch. Election with your Nimaena. I think you go do it. Thank you so much. This is going to be my assignment for the day. So the line is now closed. I just tried to call 1 or 2 back. I've missed some calls. I cannot take any new more. If you look at the time, Doctor has spent so much time with us and he has over-tried. We can't pay for his time, we can't pay. So we called and then there was no answer. So Oga, we are getting ready to go. So it's a tradition here.
Let me go.
Yes, sir.
I said, let me go.
I know, we can have enough.
It's more than 2.5 hours now.
I know. You know what you will do before you leave? You cut part of your brain. Yeah, the cerebral part where we go take the.
No, I'll put up for Amazon.
You go give us. May we use now. So before we end the show, now do my go back and quickly. There's a Aswe music that we play for him here. Because Aswe may be watching, we don't know. But whether he is watching or not, we always just use it to Sonyemegbe and give our followers hope. So while we play this song, Oga, sit back and enjoy, then we will all leave. Thank you so much, guys, for staying with us. We've learned a lot today. So the song is coming on. Thank you. Okay, waya dami ho. Hey, papa, maunu dami ho. Hey, banya.
If you not be men we sabi, we no go vote any other person. We no go vote. If you not be PDP, we no go vote any other party. We no go vote. That's why you go down low, man we sabi. Your bata of them all. Now him go lead us to the promised land. That's why you go down low for governor. Okay, na correct man we sabi. Deputy material 1 million yards. He go follow lead us to the promised land. With Aswe Odalu, he sure for us. Aye. Forward ever go. If Aswe there we go prosper. Alagodalu we know they go back. Aswe Odalu for governor. Aye. Forward ever go. Mama, if Aswe there we go prosper. Alagodalu we know they go back. Aswe Odalu for governor. Sure you go vote for PDP. Oh yes. PDP. Oh yes. Vote Ighodalo. Oh yes. For integrity. Oh yes. Business go better. Oh yes. Go put food on table. Oh yes. He go better mama. Oh yes. He go better papa. Oh yes. He go better pikin. Oh yes. For better road. Oh yes. Aye. Forward ever go. Be fast when there we go prosper. Alagodalu we know they go back. Aswe Ighodalo for governor. Forward ever go. Be fast when there we go prosper. Alagodalu we know they go back. Aswe Ighodalo for governor.
Aswe Ighodalo for governor. Thank you so much. Thank you now. We don't even know.
No, I'm okay.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time. On behalf of myself and my group here watching you, about 500, we went up to 550 today. We say thank you. Thank you.
Joy is coming.
Promise us that you will come back when we need you, sir.
I'm a call away.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I'll let you go now. Thank you. God bless you. Hey, my people. Thank you so much. It's been oh my goodness. It's been a big one today. It's been a big one. It's a wrap on today's show. Very big one. A huge thank you to Dr. Pedro, even if he's gone. Continue to say thank you for sharing such a valuable insight. We really appreciate you, sir, and your good work. And of course, thank you to everyone that have tuned in to sit here and learn. I know, so you don't learn. Go watch the video again. Go watch them again. You see, say, waiting or got off. We really appreciate you and your good work, sir. And of course, thank you, everyone. You guys have been a great audience, and I love you supporting progress. You guys are the progressives. We are the progressives. So supporting this progress and this channel, Edo Pride, because what we strive for is the truth and to educate the masses. So if you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment, don't forget to do the good thing. Subscribe for more in-depth discussions. Drop your thoughts and comment. I'd love to hear from you. Yahweh say, drop your comment. I so much appreciate your time. I cannot say thank you enough, because even if we are here, we can't be talking to ourselves. But God has taught us a lot of lessons. When I leave here and after I eat today, I'm going to sit down and learn. I want to play this whole clip again and learn a lot while here Wednesday. So I couldn't get through to all the calls. I just want to tell you that it wasn't deliberate. It's just the timing. You are a team with a move. So many people are calling in at the same time. It's not possible. So whoever I can pick up, I just pick and then we talk. So I think you guys have also learned. It's sometimes your question are intertwined in another person's question. So the line, I have closed it. Please do not call after the show. This line is not monitored. I just want to reassure you, it's not because Area Mama doesn't want to talk to you. It is just for, I told you why this line came to life. Just to make sure that my lovelies on the show, they are able to converse with me verbally. Because I know you guys can write. So some people want to talk, some people want to call in. So this is the only reason. And this line is only alive when I am on show and I want you to call in. Please, once I off this live show, I'm not going to, the phone is not monitored, okay? So just a promise, and believe me, it's not monitored. So I'm not able to reply call. Why you? Because I'm busy, I can't do that. It's too much for me. I hear we say kakabo. So we're going to call it a day. It's been a day. Thank you, everyone. You are a lot here. I don't want to mention some and leave some. So because of that, I'm going to just say thank you, everybody. I see you. So the only group I'm mentioning is concerned Edo citizens of Canada. Concerned Edo citizens in Canada. Concerned citizens, concerned Edo citizens in Canada. In my heart here. Thank you, Baba Enwasia. Thank you, everyone in that group, for standing for the truth, for pitching your tent with Aswe, who is our man. The eye remains on the ball. So Dr. Pedro today has told us where this thing is not going to deviate, this judgment. But sentiment, I have been singing with it, sentiment cannot overrule judgments. Sentiment cannot overrule facts. We have evidences, we have facts, we have everything. They even corroborated our story. And it already tell you now, say in the interim, he's not afraid because these guys are taking their time to make sure that they cross their T's and they dot their I's, right? Clarence, what do you talk? You not correct the way you not correct. That thesis. Oh, Clarence, if you way Dallas thesis. Where are you calling from? From Dallas, Texas. Wayama. Class prefect, say you quick on today. Area Mama, what a show! It's been a day. Wow, where's the kakabo? Make I go drink tea. Wama. Where is our class prefect song? We always sing one song for them. Where's our class prefect? Oh my head, don't know when. No, yeah, control the comment section. Where say? Oh yeah. 1 minute, we are leaving. Oh, Mama say, Area Mama say, thank you. Everyone that gifted us today, thank you.
Naya con rosa.
Yahweh say oh, Enekere yedo na to like better thing, Jimmy. Yahweh say, Imeya say, we say na. Thank you. Last minute subscription. Oh yeah, oh subscribe. Last minute subscription. No me Yahweh oh. No me Yahweh mama they go. Area mama, I will see you during the week. I have a video we posting. I always post these short videos. Thank you, Oga Obe of the house. Oga of the house. We say you were controlling that comment section for me. Thank you, my logistics mama. Thank you for controlling that comment section. Wow, Yahweh say. Bye-bye. I'll see you in my next show. I'll see you soon. I promise. See, I give you 3. Eddie, we say, oh, Mark Wabang. Okay, bye-bye.
Beautiful.